Hey everybody, it's Greg Rice. We're here at Nexus's headquarters in the Bucket, that's Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And we're going to be talking today about types of countertops. What's the best surface for your rental property? Is it going to be the cheap stuff from Lowe's? Is it going to be the expensive stuff from Home Depot? What are we going to do? So we're going to talk about it. And before we get going, I just want to little chiropractic adjustment here to your mentality. It's not all about sex. It's not all about looks. It's about feasibility, efficiency, durability. So when you're choosing those countertops, think back to me, cracking your mind back into place to make the right decision. And again, these are only opinions. We are just suggesting based on experience, so take this with a grain of salt or pepper. All right. So the first option, my personal favorite, is Laminate, aka Laminate, and you can buy it now. You could buy it today, tomorrow, and every day, because every hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, etc., has them in stock. 6 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot, whatever you need, it's there right now in different colors, and it even looks like the stone. Okay, it's definitely not the stone. It's just an image printed, but it looks like it, and it's $100. It's $200, and you can do it yourself. You can cut it out, glue it down, and it's all set. 10 to 20 years. The problem is, yes, it can flake, especially the edges when you cut it. When you cut out that sink insert, that's all going to get chipped up, but hopefully the sink falls on top. You don't even see it. Also, it could burn easily. You put down a hot pan, a cigarette, it's going to burn. And if it stays wet, if there's water on it for too long, it could peel up and bubble. But if it's taken care of properly, if it's installed properly, it's $100, it's $200, no problem. Compared to options 2, 3, and 4, which we're going to get into now. So option number 2 is the fancy, elegant wood surface, which is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. It's $25 a square foot on average. And wood is not meant to be a countertop. Wood is supposed to be behind the scenes, underneath something. Look at your roof. It's covered by waterproofing, then it's covered by shingles or rubber. Okay? Look at your walls. It's covered by insulation, it's covered by drywall, it's covered by paint. Okay, wood is solid when it's dry and when it's untouched behind the scenes. Hence why it grows underneath bark. It needs to be protected. And when it's exposed on a countertop to cutting, to water, to different detergents and cleaning supplies, and even our bodily oils and pressures, it's eventually going to curl, crack, and peel. No question about it. But all of these fancy shows make it look presentable and sexy and in, but it's none of those things. It has longevity of a couple of years at best before you start to see changes. Okay, so it looks good in a magazine, but it's not practical. And then people will polyurethane the wood, which is even worse, because then the poly is going to start chipping up and it's going to be in your salad. Is that a polyurethane Caesar salad? I didn't order that. I'm gluten-free. Exactly. So don't do that. Now, option number 3, another one of my favorites, but not necessarily for the rentals you want to consider, is the Granite. Okay? Granite is probably $40 to $50 a square foot on average, and it's from earth. It's a solid stone cut up usually in Brazil or Italy, sometimes India, and it's just going to last you forever. But it's not 100% indestructible. If I drop something heavy on it, like this pretty solid block, this post-it, if I, on end, I could chip it away. Okay, it is a stone. Okay, it's not bonded with an epoxy or a resin. It's from the earth. And plus it comes in different colors, so it could match depending on what your scheme is. And I would suggest that you really consider this if it's a higher end property. A single family home, a condo, a townhouse, a beautiful loft in a mill building, that's where it's most applicable. But again, if you got 30 square feet of counter space, which is average, times $50, that's $1,500 just for the slab. That's not delivery, install, special cuts, whatever. Even the backsplash sometimes is extra. So it's something to consider in that regard. But it is very durable, and it can match your color scheme and decorations wonderfully. All right, and now the fourth, the final option, the most durable product on the market is quartz. Now this is crushed stone with a resin. Put together, cut, polished, solid, virtually indestructible. But $60, $75 a square foot. Times that same 30 square feet, now you're up at $2,000, $2,500. All right, and that's before any type of delivery install. And you're going to need multiple sets of hands for these granite and quartz slabs. They're heavy. All right, and then there's upkeep on them. There's a primer that you put on a sealer every couple months. You know, not expensive, but again, requires upkeep to make sure that it stays in its proper shape and doesn't give you any trouble. So to recap again, number one, laminate, $10 a square foot, ready today. Number two, wood block, terrible, set it on fire, $25 a square foot. Granite, option number three, about $40 to $50 a square foot, special order, take some time, multiple people for delivery. And then quartz, $60 to $75, same issue, special order, multiple people, very heavy, etc. So what you're considering for your rental property is usually passive income. If this is your house that you're living, totally different story. Granite and quartz all day, no problem. Rental property, laminate. Just being honest, just giving you opinion from experience. The most important thing, opinion from experience, not just an opinion. Okay, we do it every day. We see how tenants treat these apartments, and usually they're not caring for it the same way that you and I care for our personal residences. That's just the truth, okay? Once again, everybody, thank you. And if you have any comments, throw them in the field below. I'll get right back to you. Once again, Greg Rice from Nexus Property Management, your property managed.